SBR Forum's Inside the Lines is brought to you by Ladbrokes.
We are covering the college bowls here at SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak, and we're talking right now with Jon Lee, returning guest who comes to us from AccuScore.com. Jon Lee has been giving us great analysis and picks in college football all season long. Jon, thanks for being back with us.
Good to be here.
All right, the first bowl we're going to talk about is the Fiesta Bowl, Oregon and Kansas State. This is one of the best bowls on the card, of course. Both these teams were ranked 1 and 2 at one point in the regular season. Both were also very good bets on the year. Kansas State was a great bet on the year, 9-2-1 against the spread. Oregon was 7-5 against the spread. Both were also overtrenders at 7-4 to the over. And this is just going to be a contrast, of course, in styles. Both of them run very effective offenses that are very different. Kansas State's based on a deliberate pace. Oregon is, of course, based on speed. And I don't know what you might think here, but one thing to look at is that Kansas State played Baylor earlier in the year. Baylor plays sort of a similar style to Oregon. And, of course, Baylor completely obliterated Kansas State 52-24. Kansas State is a 9 or a 9.5 point underdog here. Total 75.5. Jon Lee from AccuScore.com. What do you like here?
I like taking Kansas State with the 9.5.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas State, in that loss, like you suggested, did lose big time to Baylor, but that was, I think, the concussion to Colin Klein really affected the way Kansas State was running late in the year. They still did only lose that one single game. It has, by the time this game kicks off, it would have been about 2 months for Colin Klein to recover, and so I think it'll be much healthier with the long layoff. Kansas State has proven all year that they are for real. That it's not. They are an elite team, mm-hmm. and I like the 9.5 there.
You think they are an elite team, huh? I mean, you don't think? I mean, they did kind of play sort of a soft schedule, didn't they?
They did, but also Oregon did as well. I don't know if you can really knock them for the schedule if you're gonna give credit to Oregon in the same way.
I guess just people think that when it comes to, flashy speed against, a slow, more deliberate pace, people tend to think that, when it comes down to in a big bowl game like this, speed wins out. And those, teams with great athleticism and great speed just run all over, other teams that maybe, used a good system to win and cover during the regular season. But when it comes down to a big bowl game like this, talent, speed, and athleticism way wins out.
Well, Chip Kelly at Oregon is only 1 and 2 in bowl games. So if you assume, like I do, that Kansas State is an elite team, then I think this is a much closer matchup than you would think. Bill Snyder at Kansas State is one of the best coaches in the country. You just look at his record, the way his team's performed this year, the way he's gotten them to win in Kansas State at such a small school like that, to win every year. I don't think this is such a mismatch. Getting nearly 10 points. I would take that immediately. Colin Klein proved this year that he's one of the best players in the country. He should be healthy. I believe he will be healthy by then. Kansas State has one of the they've been harping on that all year about the hitting yardage, very few penalties, some of the best special teams in the country. They force turnovers. I like them to keep this game close. And in our simulations, we have them with the average score being right at that 70-5 line, but within 6 points. So we like Kansas State to cover.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this all just comes down to if you think Kansas State is for real or a fraud. If you think they're for real, getting 9 or 9.5 points is an awesome bet. If you think they're a fraud, then probably giving 9 and 9.5 points is an awesome bet on Oregon.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Okay, great preview. Jon Lee from AccuScore.com. Thanks so much.